summer ng pag-asa, eh napakatindi na ng init. Pagka ganito mainit, maraming nag-aalala, baka tataas na naman yung kuryente nila. Meron ba akong tatlong tips sa inyo para hindi tataas yung kuryente nila? Una po, huwag na kayo uminom ng malamig na tubig. Kasi pag uminom kayo ng malamig na tubig, lagi yung binubuksan yung rep. Lagi yung maandar mo ito. Alam po, huwag na rin kayong gumamit ng aircon at saka electric fan. Magbukas na kayo ng bintana at gumamit ng pamaypay. Pangatlo po, huwag na rin kayong gumamit ng plancha. Unatin na lang yung mga damit. Yan po, ay hindi natataas ang inyong kuryente. Sigurado mababa pa. Salamat po. At medyo na-relax ako ng konti. Ang title po ng aking message today, The Truest Human of All. Ito po ay galing sa book From the Beautiful Outlaw by John Edwards. So, marami na po tayo narinig ng mga messages tungkol kay Jesus about His divinity, His being God, His holiness, His miracles, healings. At sa isip natin, nagbubuo ang mga assumption na nagiging dahilan para hindi tayo magkaroon ng lubos na ugnayan sa Kanya or to relate with Him. At nagiging bahagi ito ng ating paniniwala tungkol kay Jesus. At ito rin ay nagbibigay ng hadlang or damage sa ating pag-unawa kay Jesus. Ganun din sa ating karanasan kay Jesus. Ito ay ang paniniwala o opinion na nagkukumari tao lamang si Jesus. Jesus is only pretending as a human. Minahal natin si Jesus at sinamba at pinahawakan natin ang paniniwala na siya ay isang Diyos dahil sa maraming miracles na ginawa niya. Pero hindi natin siya sinamba bilang isang tao. Kaya kapag nababasa natin ang mga sandali na naglalarawan kay Jesus bilang isang tao, pakiramdam natin parang isang pandaraya o cheating lang si Jesus. So, ang layunin po ng mensahe na ito ay para lubos natin maunawaan ang realidad ng pagiging isang tao ni Jesus. Basahin po natin yung the terrible sweat into Gethsemane. Mark 14, verses 30 to 36. They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to His disciples, "Sit here while I pray." He took Peter, James, and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled. "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death," He said to them. "Stay here and keep watch." Going a little farther, He fell to the ground and prayed that if possible, the hour might pass from Him. "Abba, Father," He said, "everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me." And in Luke 22:44, we read, "And being in anguish, He prayed more earnestly, and His sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground." Ito po yung account na mababasa natin before Jesus will be arrested and be brought to the chief priests and the Roman soldiers. So this account describes Jesus about what happened to Him. Jesus, of course, knows that He is a man of mission, and He knows that ito na yung time na darating na ang time at siya ay a-arrestuhin na. And Jesus must be contemplating of the things that will happen next. And now, Jesus now feel deeply depressed. Masyado na siyang naging malungkot, balisa ang kalooban, labis na nababagabag. At kapag ganito ang nararamdaman ng isang tao, kasabay din ito, ang katawan nagre-react din. nakakaroon ng pain ng katawan, at pati yung ating mental and emotional ay nagsasuffer din. So, for Jesus, it was said, he began to be deeply depressed. And the next thing what happened to him, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. During stress, alam na po natin, ang isang tao ay stress, ang mga muscle ng katawan ng tao ay na-intention. Ay headache, stomach upset, gusto mong masuka, tumataas yung blood pressure, tumataas yung pulse rate, at yung buong nervous system is increases. This is a normal reaction of a human body. But the human body will react. Maglalabas siya ng mga energy para malabanan yung stress at saka yung stress para makakalit siya. But for Jesus, the sorrow is overwhelming. Ibig sabihin, parang the pain that is in him is so much that his physical energy hindi makakope at he is at the point of death. The mental and physical pain is too much for Jesus and it exhausts him. Labis na kalungkutan na halos na hindi makaya ng pagiging tao, napakaramdam niya, siya ay mamamatay. And so he begged his father with tears that this extremely hour might pass from him. Jesus said, "Father, take this cup from me." Meaning, as a human being, it is a normal language of a man to ask his father that he will get past from this difficulty to happen. So, in other words, Jesus' humanity doesn't want to do it. Maybe he is asking God if there is some other way. So, Jesus is in anguish. Now, Jesus is in agony. There is a continuous mental and emotional pain. And his body continued to overcome. Ito ay isang matinding paghihirap na kalooban. At ang ginawa niya, he prayed more earnestly. Mas nalalaman pa siya mataiting. And he prayed with his father a second time and a third time. At sa labis na hirap, ang kanyang pawis ay parang patak ng dugo. The account described Jesus as a real human. Of course, we can only read the account we read in the Bible does not describe how Jesus described a description of his face, the description of how he moved. But we can only read the account of the Bible. But as we can see, how he was described, it is a description of a reaction of a normal human body. So, there is no pretending. Jesus is a real human. The next thing we read is, Jesus was hungry, tired, and thirsty. So we read in Luke 4:2, where for 40 days he was tempted by the devil. He ate nothing during those days, and at the end of them, he was hungry. And in Matthew 21, chapter 8, verse 18, on his way to Jerusalem one morning, he goes to have a look at a fig tree because he was hungry. Another account, we read in chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about the 6th hour when a Samaritan woman came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" The accounts describe Jesus as a normal human being. Nagugutom siya. He was hungry. Because he ate nothing. Yun po yung normal reaction ng ating katawan. Pag hindi ka kumain, magugutom ka. Jesus is the same. Ganun din naman po tayo. Minsan, umaga pa lang, nagmamadali tayo, hindi tayo kakain, balalamit siya natin. Mga alas pa lang, nanginginig na tayo sa puto. What more for Jesus? He came from 40 days fasting. His hunger made him to look for a victory. Ang sabi dito po sa account, on his way into Jerusalem one morning. Maaaring mga araw na yon, papunta siya sa Jerusalem, marami siyang mga plano, marami siyang gagawin. Pero gutom siya. He needs to look for a victory first. Kailangan niya muna kumain. So, another description that Jesus has a human body like we have. Nagugutom siya, naghahanap siya ng pagkain. Ganun din po tayo. Minsan, nasa daan ka, marami pa pupuntahan. Pero bigla ka nagutom. Teka muna. Maghahanap ko na ako ng pagkain. Hindi pwede ito. Gutom ako. So, we feel the same. Jesus feel the same. And because of the journey, Jesus' body gets tired. Alam naman po natin yung journey noon. Naglalakad sa litang, sa mga rugged terrain, pawis na pawis. At kapag kagano'n po ang kondisyon, the next thing you will think, talagang maupuhaw ka. Yun po yung normal reaction ng ating human body. So, when a Samaritan woman came to him, he said, will you give me a drink? Kasi nauuhaw siya. So, again, Jesus was described as a normal human body. Nauuhaw din siya. So we see, Jesus' physical body gets hungry, tired, and thirsty as any human being. Jesus' body is not superhuman. Jesus grieved. Another account that describes Jesus feeling as a human. So we read from Matthew, chapter 14, verses 6 to 14. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for them, and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompted by her mother, she said, give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist. The king was distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, he ordered that her request be granted and had John beheaded in the prison. His head was brought into a platter and given to the girl, who carried it to her mother. John's disciple came and took his body and buried it. They went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. So, Jesus needs a little to breathe. Kagaya po natin kapag tayo ay nakakaramdam ng lubhang kalungkutan dahil sa pagkawala ng ating mga mahal o kamag-anak, kailangan natin ng lugar na kailangan mag-relieve tayo. And Jesus has the same feeling. Jesus takes the boat. Kumana pa siya ng boat, leaves the crowd, and says to a solitary place. Napunta siya doon sa mga hindi matataong lugar at doon siya ay nalilig. Because Jesus was affected by the death of John. Like affected Jesus. So, ito ay nagpapakita ng damdamin bilang isang tao. Yung kanyang emosyon, yung kanyang sensitiveness, at ganoon din ang kanyang compassion. Si Jesus, hindi niya ginagawa ang mga bagay, na parang sa palabas lang o isang show lang. Ganap niyang niyakap ang pagiging isang tao na maaari siyang mamatay. God can die but Jesus did. And to discover that Jesus shares in our humanity will do good to our heart. The more we grasp His humanity, His being playful, humorous, caring, loving, also His joy, sweetness, and sorrow, the more we will find Him someone we can know, we can love, and we can trust. The more we will appreciate Jesus as presented in the Gospels. Jesus as presented in the Gospels. We read from John chapter 1 verses 14. The Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us. And in Hebrews chapter 2 verse 14, since the children have flesh and blood, He too shared in their humanity. Ang totoo lang po, dati pag binabasa ko yan, talagang masyado akong pipin. Kasi, yes, Jesus was flesh. Yes, Jesus was flesh and blood. But did He feel the same as I am? Nasasaktan ako, deep emotion ako. Nararamdaman kaya niya yun. But now, pag nabasa natin yung mga unang account, na-realize natin, it has more deeper meaning to us. In Philippians chapter 2, verses 7 to 8, but made Himself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man, He humbled Himself and became obedient to them, even death on a cross. The Gospel presents Jesus as a very human, less and love with feelings and emotions as we are. Jesus set aside His deity and took a status of a servant. He became human, and Jesus didn't claim any special privileges for Himself. His favorite title for Himself is a Son of Man, not a Son of God. And as we look into nature, we can see a reflection from His creation, His faithfulness, and humor. But we humans are God's special creations. Our humanity is a reflection of Jesus' humanity. Ang nararamdaman niya, nararamdaman din natin. Ang kalungkutan ni Jesus, tayo may kalungkutan din. Tumatangis si Jesus, tayo rin din, tumatangis din tayo. Tumatawa si Jesus, tayo rin po tumatawa. The next thing, Jesus healed, but one not to tell anybody. So, why after having healed someone, would immediately tell them to be quiet about it? Bakit kaya pagka si Jesus nakakapagbigay siya ng higit sa mga tao? As sinabi na winawarn niya na huwag ipagsabi ito. After giving two blind men perfect vision, in Matthew 9, verse 30, Jesus warned them sternly, see that no one knows about this. And after healing a man of leprosy, in Mark 1, verse 44, Jesus sent him away at once with a strong warning. See that you don't tell this to anyone. Bakit kaya pinagpapawalan ni Jesus na huwag ipagsabihin kanyang ginawang hindi? Di ba ito yung purpose para may pakalat pa ang mga gawa ng Diyos? Di kaya ginagamitan ni Jesus ng reverse psychology na alam naman natin kung isa, sabihin mo ito sa kapila, huwag mong sasabihin ha. Pero pag sinabi mo gano'n, parang lalong bumibilis naman yung balita. Ano? So, and certainly has the effect. Kasi mababasa natin sa Matthew 9:31, the following verse, the two blind men went out and spread the news about him all over the region. So parang lalo pang tumala. So in Luke 1:45 also, the healed leper went out and began to talk freely and spreading the news. And spreading the news. So lalo pang gumalat. But in the book of Mark, chapter 1, verses 44 and 45, we can find the answer. And Mark explained why Jesus did this. See that you don't tell this to anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest and offer the sacrifices that Moses commanded for your cleansing as a testimony to them. Instead, he went out and began to talk freely, spreading the news. And as a result, Jesus could no longer enter the town, openly stayed outside in lonely places. Yet the people still came to him from everywhere. So yun po yung naging resulta ng nag-spread yung news tungkol kay Jesus. Hindi na siya makapunta doon sa mga town openly. Pumupunta na siya doon sa mga lugar na medyo hindi na matao. Pero ganun pa rin, yung mga tao, pumupunta pa rin sa kanya, including yung mga paparazzi. Hindi na siya makapagpahinga. His strong warning, please don't tell anybody about this. This reveals the human nature of Jesus Christ. He doesn't want to be forced to sleep in the woods. Ayaw niya na matulog doon sa mga kahuyan, doon sa mga malalayong lugar. Alam niya na siya ay isang tao na may mission. Pero yung isang tao na merong kagustuhan ng matulog ng maayos, may magandang higaan, at siyempre, may masarap at mainit na pagkain. So it reveals the very humanity of Jesus Christ. Jesus knows loneliness.
I see.
Jesus enjoyed people. Alam naman po natin na si Jesus ay friendly, nakikihalubilo. At ang mga kahalubilo niya, yung mga rugged, mga may ingay na mga tao. At ang in-invite niya ay 12 tao na parang makasama niya araw at gabi for 3 years. Jesus is longing for that companionship. So we read in Matthew chapter 26, 37 and 38, he took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee along with him. Stay here and keep watch with me. Bakit kaya sinama ni Jesus si Peter, ang mga anak ni Zebedee? Hindi ba laging ginagawa ni Jesus when he wants to pray, pupunta siya sa isang place at pagkatapos ay magdadasal siya. But this is the time when Jesus was in deep sorrow. Kinakailangan niya ng meron kasama, kinakailangan niya ng meron siyang katabi. Kung isang gawin tayo, pagka masyado tayo malungkot, kahit na hindi nagsasalita tayo, kaibigan natin, basta naandyan lang, para nakakomfort ka tayo. We long for their companionship, for their love, for their friendship. So, Jesus feels the same. So, He simply asked them not to leave Him. Ang presence nila ay comfort pa sa Kanya. And so we see, Jesus knows also loneliness. Nalulungkot din siya. Sino ba naman sa atin ang hindi nalulungkot? Lahat naman tayo nalulungkot. And Jesus, as a human, feels the same. Nalulungkot din siya. And Jesus is not someone who is not affected by loneliness. So, pain in the midst of Jesus' words. Pwede ko pang luminan ng konti. In John 14, chapter 14, verses 1 to 9, we read, do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I'm going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. Philip said, Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us. And Jesus answered, don't you know me, Philip? Even after I have been among you such a long time, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Ito po yung moment na when Christ is comforting His disciples and preparing them for His coming execution. This is an emotional moment for Jesus Christ. He promises them that their companionship will continue for eternity. So in this moment of relational assurance, Jesus was hurt when His disciples betrayed how little they know Him. Parang nung nagtanong si Philip, Lord, show us the Father. Parang pakiramdam ni Jesus ay tinalikuran siya at parang ang tingin sa kanya o ang pagkakakilala sa kanya ay parang napaka-babaw lamang. Kaya sinabi niya, don't you know me, Philip? Even after I have been among you such a long time. Hindi ba matagal na tayo magkasama? Matagal na tayo pagkakilala. Of course, again, hindi na natin nakikita yung description how his voice tone, but I can sure that there is a pain in the tone of his voice. And there is hurting, feeling of hurting, and there is pain in his eyes. Because these disciples are the most closest people to him, but still do not know him. So Jesus reacted humanly, na siya ay parang nanulog din. But Jesus understands. Jesus understands. We can only see the human side of Jesus Christ, the pain that He feels. So Jesus shows exasperations. Matthew 11, chapter 11, verses 16 and 19. What can I compare this generation? They are like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling out to others, we played the flute for you, it is not dance. We sang a dance, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, he is a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. So, Jesus must be shaking his head. Ano ba naman kayo mga tao? You are simply impossible. Si John nagpa-fasting. Sinasabi ninyo na siya ay isang possessed ng devil. And yet, Jesus feasted and mingled with people. At sinasabi nyo na siya isang glutton at isang alcoholic. Pero parehas din, hindi naman sila nakikinig sa kanila. So, Jesus observed their behavior and He was upset. There is simply no reason. So, bilang tao, parang Jesus also displeased. Parang ano din, parang nasusuya din sa mga behavior ng mga tao na nagsasalita ng ganito. Jesus shows genuine surprise. In Matthew chapter 8, verses 5 to 10, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home paralyzed and in terrible suffering. Jesus said to him, I will go and heal him. The centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was astonished and said to those following him, I tell you the truth, I have not found anyone in Israel with such a great faith. Namangha siya si Jesus. Nagulat siya. Why? First of all, a centurion is a Roman soldier, an officer, a commander in the army. Roman soldiers are Gentiles, and they are not commonly religious women, and believer of Jewish faith. But this one, a centurion, has shown a character of a godly man. He is a man of authority, pero lumapit siya kay Jesus at addressing Lord, which shows he acknowledges Jesus, his sovereignty, and his rulership. He said, I am not worthy to have you under my rule. So, he feels so humble that he is so unworthy that Jesus Christ will come to his house. So, he shows humility and respect to Jesus Christ. Maraming pumupunta kay Jesus, lumalapit for healing for their children. But this centurion came for the healing of his servant. It shows that he loves his servant and has great concern on him. It shows also he is a good man. Jesus said, I will come and I will heal him. But centurion said, Lord, just say the words. Hindi na kailangan na centurion dali pa yung kanyang sakit na servant doon kay Jesus. Ang pinunta niya doon kay Jesus, ang kailangan lang niya gawin, yung salita ni Jesus Christ. And he said, Lord, just say the word. Ang kailangan lang niya ang words of Jesus Christ. Because he knows the words of Jesus Christ as if, pag narinig niya, as if it is already done. Ganun po yung kalakas yung kanyang faith. The centurion showed character every Israelite should have. Yes, great respect, humility, and faith. And so Jesus was astonished. Namangha siya at nagulat siya. And Jesus admired him. And Jesus said, I have not found anyone in Israel with such a great faith. So, do we think Jesus as the most human being who ever lived? Jesus was born inside animal stable. Walang hospital room, walang nursery room, and laid in a manger. Yung manger po yung open box na nilalagay yung mga pagkain ng mga hayop. Doon po nilagay si Jesus. His occupation is a carpenter. Yung occupation po niya parang ordinary citizen lamang po. He walked on dusty roads for miles with dirt and sweat. Wala po sila mga modern transportation na kagaya na sa atin ngayon. Talagang mga pilitan at saka mga rugged terrain lang yung kanilang nilalakaran. And I am sure na yung mga damit nila punong-puno ng mga pawis at saka malikabok na dumi. And he slept in lonely places, no bed, a good hot meal. Jesus grieved, longs for companionship, friendship, and love. Jesus experienced pain, distress, and sorrow. His sorrow is unequal because of the terrible pain he went through. Jesus experienced betrayal, misunderstood, and judged unfairly. Jesus took the nature of a servant, humbled himself, and obedient life. He died the worst kind of death, crucifixion. Mas naranasan ba ni Jesus ang pag-ibig sa tao kaysa sa atin? Yes. Jesus is the truest human of all. In my conclusion, Jesus' humanity will cause us to fall in love with Him all the more. His humanity will call us to be more strong in our worship and deepen our intimacy with Jesus. In ating application po, we can read the Gospel of Mark for